Hi, we're Natalie and Caleb Ebel, the co-founders of Backdrop, and we are here with Design Milk for DMTV Milkshake. Tell everyone about you. For us, for Backdrop.
We started Backdrop, which is a digitally native paint brand that is rethinking the way that people interact with paint to transform their space. And we also now sell amazing wallpapers.
And yeah, last year we were acquired by F. Schumacher & Co., which has been really exciting. And
we're coming to you from sunny Los Angeles
in our backyard in Silver Lake. Okay, so I think we're supposed to get started. So I have my vessel, all my questions. I got this from Coming Soon. It's Gaetano Pesce, one of my favorites. Also very child safe. We have 2 children under the age of 5. And it's really great because if they knock it over, it won't break. Here we go. Do you want to pick the first question?
I will, yeah. Okay. Tell us about how you name your colors, and do you have any favorite? Design Milks is Silver Lake Dad.
So this is very funny. We live in Silver Lake. Caleb's a dad. Here's the color Silver Lake Dad. It is a slate blue gray. Naming our colors I would say is just as important as choosing our colors, and it took us just as long when we first launched Backdrop. We wanted to create a number, or not only a color, but a name that people would remember, hold on to, and kind of make you feel something.
Now, what we found is sometimes people buy the paint because of the names. We have people who, Surf Camp's a bestseller, and it's a super interesting, like, dynamic dark blue with green undertones, but we get people messaging us all the time that I just bought that because I wanted my backdrop to be Surf Camp. It made me feel something.
That was our very first one that we named, and it was a name that we came up with, but we didn't have a color associated with it. And that's where the nuance kind of came up of like, ooh, what color is Surf Camp? Is it a blue? Is it a green? But it set the tone for the rest of them. So we have Silver Lake Dad, which was very much inspired by Caleb, and he doesn't want me to say. It was kind of like a running joke of, what is a Silver Lake Dad? They live in Silver Lake. They listen to NPR.
Walking cliche.
Yeah, a cliche while they, do school drop off. But some other names that are really fun are Disco Nap. We have Stromboli Chess Club, which was inspired by a recent vacation. What else? I mean, I think they're all
of the white names have a lunar reference, which is both interesting but also like helpful as you're navigating the palette. So we have 5 whites and they all have lunar references. And
I think more than anything, like before we started Backdrop, we were doing a lot of research and asking people, what paint color do you have on your wall? And no one knew. It was like, a lot of numbers and letters mixed together and meant nothing and wasn't really an intentional design thought out experience. So with Backdrop, we wanted, everything from the color to the description to the name to be something really memorable that made you feel something. Okay.
That's good enough.
Next one. Most paint brands don't have merch. Tell us why yours has been so successful. So we do have merch.
Sure.
We launched, I don't think we really started with like, oh, we're going to have merch when we launched paint colors, but at our photo shoot, I grew up painting with my dad, and he would always wear all white, and I would say he looks so chic, and he was like, painters wear all white. But at our photo shoot, we were like, oh, we need shirts for people to paint in. So kind of as a joke, it was partially my dad's idea. I wish you had one on. We made these long sleeve painter shirts that look like contractor shirts that say wet paint and then Backdrop. We handed them out to all of our friends, had no intention of ever selling them, but a lot of people started DMing us and asking us, hey, where can I get the painter shirt? I need something to paint in. And then it just kind of like naturally and organically happened because of our community. And I think that's the best way to launch new products is kind of by community demand. Like we didn't set out with an intention of having clothes, but it's been really exciting. Like I have friends all the time texting me of people, in Brooklyn at a coffee shop with a Backdrop painter shirt, and they aren't painting, but they're just wearing them.
They're super comfortable.
And since then we've launched other clothing items. We did a partnership with Coming Soon. Similar to these colors, we have shirts that say Pretty Ugly, Baragoncito, blue is the coolest color, and then most recently, oh my god, it's a big bug. Sorry, we're in the backyard. But most recently, we did a partnership with Madewell, and we launched an 11-piece clothing collection that pretty much sold out everything from overalls to like a chore jacket, socks, hats, and shoes. And that was so cool. Like, I think that was sort of a dream come true when it comes to merch.
Yeah, that's great.
It's great. Even Caleb wears it. It's unisex.
Super comfortable.
Actually, I think there's still sweatshirts if you guys want to get them. It's a studio hours for your art studio. Okay,
All
your
right,
turn.
next one. All right. Why do so many brands rely on exclusivity in the sense of excluding many people in building their reputations and selling their products?
Well, I would like to think that no one like sets the intention of being exclusive, but maybe they do.
Yeah, I mean, the luxury space, trades on scarcity and exclusivity. I think for us, the idea was, can you offer an experience that feels premium and luxurious, but with a brand that is inclusive and at a really great value price point, so it's accessible to a lot of people. That's where the magic happens. The 5-star experience at the 3-star price is like the best of all worlds.
What's wrong with color of the year?
With the notion of the color of the year.
Yeah. So I think we have a lot of thoughts about that. As a color and as a paint brand and as a design brand, people often ask us what the trendy color of the year for this year and every year will be. And we always have the same response. Like, we created Backdrop because we wanted to have a timeless palette that lived on forever. Like, I jokingly say Supermoon is our color of the year this year and everywhere, which is behind us. It's a pure white. And I think the thing that's really always kind of thrown me off about color of the year is like when it is announced by some of these institutions, what are you supposed to do with it? Are you supposed to wear it? Are you supposed to paint it? Like, what is the purpose of it? And I think the most important thing is, I think color is highly personal and no one should be choosing that for you.
And it feels dated. Like, the moment you timestamp it, you've like put a date and potentially expiration date on it. And the brands all of the institutions, as Natalie said, coming to kind of the same color conclusion last year especially, kind of gave up the game a little bit. It's not anyone's distinct point of view. It's just a bit of groupthink. They all basically said some flavor of pale green was the color of 2022.
And we were like, come on, be a little bit like more provocative. Like, last year sucked. Like, let's do something a little brighter and fun and, not something that people have to, choose months over deciding and tell everyone what the color of the year is. So I think that anyone can choose color of the year, including you who are watching. And anyways, that's our take, which is a little bit non-traditional, but we just think color is a highly personal choice and that people shouldn't be choosing that for you.
What do most people get wrong with their wall paint? I think most people get bogged down in the color selection process because it is so overwhelming traditionally. Part of what we wanted to do was make paint a simple, user-friendly design purchase. So rather than 3,000 colors to wade through, you've got a much more curated color palette. We started with 50, we're up to 65 and growing, but it's a very manageable, curated color palette. We put our stamp of approval on every single color. But I think in the actual painting, there's some basic like tips that can make painting really easy and make your project come out a lot better. So we try to really guide our DIY customers. Every paint shipment comes with some basic instructions and a beautiful poster to reference. But I think more than anything, having really great quality paint is a good starting point because, a contractor might be able to get by with low quality product because they're a craftsman and they can offset the low product quality with really good talent. But if you're painting for the very first time, having amazing quality paint can really smooth over a lot of user error sometimes.
We have 30 seconds left. And the last question, which I'm going to make up. Caleb, what do you love about working with your spouse? That's not what it says.
That is not what that says. Working with your spouse is awesome when it works great and challenging when it doesn't work great, but we've been able to be really lucky these last 4 years doing Backdrop together. So
we also had a lot of history. Like, we've been married how long? 13 years, 12 years, 13?
Yeah, over a decade.
Time.
Yeah.
2 kids together.
Yeah, so not for everyone, for sure, but there does seem to be quite a few couples in the home design space in business together, so maybe it's unique to this product category. I'm not sure.
I think design's a little bit of a lifestyle because it kind of bleeds into work and becomes your life. So that's really fun. So anyways, we are Natalie and Caleb Ebel with backdrophome.com. We sell paint, and I do have a wall covering swatch here. It's a CFA, but there you go. It's very nice. To see more of that, go to Backdrop, and thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.